it's Kim. I am going to be making a card from the Card Maker Magazine Challenge Corner. This is the spring edition, and what it does is it gives you a list of things that you can do, and you post them on their Facebook page on a weekly basis. And this one is called Sketch Flip. Back on page 98, it shows the sketch that they are challenging you to do. Those are some examples. I'm using the most adorable Spring Medley Avocado art stamp set. And I'm doing the flowers, and I've stamped a bunch of flowers on watercolor paper, and I can't get enough of this corrugated die cuts with a view paper, so I'm going to be making a card with that. That's Stampin' Up! Paper, and that's an 8.5 by 11 that I cut in an A2 size. And then that's a Stampin' Up! Paper as well, and I cut that shape out with elegant edges, and it's a 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I wanted a little bit of that cream colored cardstock to show. I'm trying to get it right on the edges there. And I place that right on the card. And just move it so that you can kind of see that card base. Now these are the corrugated edges, the corrugated pieces that I'm putting on there, and they're 2 1/4 by 3. And one's the yellow one, and then there's the green one. And I'm using my Tombow, but I was concerned that it wasn't going to hold the texture of the card down. Thought maybe I should use my score tape, but all in all, it dried and stayed on very nicely. Now I wanted to put a little bit of dimensional on that one side, because after laying the green corrugated piece of paper on top of the yellow, it was kind of sticking up a little bit, and I didn't want it to lay at a slant, so I put that dimensional underneath it, and it worked out real well. And then that's my third layer, where I'm going to be putting my flowers and things like that on it. And right here, I'm going to lean over and put this card underneath my computer mat, because I wanted it to dry with something on top of it to make sure that the corrugated paper would glue and stay on there very good. So, all right, that is my watercolor paper. That's 90 pound, and I'm going to be using some Tim Holtz Distress markers, and that is mustard seed. And I'm just coloring in the inside of the petals halfway. And you don't have to use watercolor paper on these distress pens, but I find that it works much better as far as getting out your water pen and just sort of coloring in those petals or whatever images that you're doing. I'm doing all 3 of them, but that one slip of paper that I'm going to be putting on that pink corrugated is very small, so I don't think I'm going to have enough room, but we'll see. Now that is aged mahogany, and after I pulled that out and took a look at it, I thought that's going to be too dark, and I didn't really have a pink color other than the aged mahogany to use, so I thought, you know, I'm going to see what it looks like. Got my blending, my water pen there, and it just was too dark. So I'm going to do the other 2 flowers with the I believe that is the moss or peeled paint, either one. I don't remember at this point. Just using that watercolor pen, I'm starting from that solid line that I drew, and I'm just working those colors right out to the end of that petal. And I sure do like the way this looks. At this point I want to go ahead and color the leaves as well. And then I guess looks like I decided to go ahead and do the other set of flowers. And that's a real pale pink, and you know, I'm editing this video and I don't have the name of it, so I will get that information and I'll put it in for you. And I did the same thing. I just worked it out so that I went from the color and then blended it right out to the end of the petals. And I'm using a little bit of that green to do the inside of that flower, and then I'll do the leaves. Now with the leaves, I'm just going to draw some lines and color in just a little bit, and then use the water pen to work out the color for the edge of the leaf. And I'm just going to color that in real quick. That's just a leaf that has some open dots on it. Little fixin' here and there. Okay, let's put that aside and let it dry. Now I've got this piece of watercolor paper that I'm going to use some gelatos on. And this is my new love, by the way, when it comes to painting. If you haven't tried these, I mean, you don't have to just use them on cards. You can use them on layouts. You can use them on scrapbooks. I mean, mini scrapbooks. You can mix media. They are so much fun. And excuse me, I've only used them on a watercolor paper. I haven't used them on anything else yet. So, and I'm just going to take a minute to cut out these leaves. And we're actually almost done with this. Now, the Avocado Arts stamp sets, you can choose to also get the digicuts, which you use, which I use my silhouette with. But this was a spur of the moment thing. For me, today is the 25th. That's the day that you need to post your card on the Card Maker Magazine Facebook page. And I didn't think to contact Michelle, who is the owner, to send me the digicut file. So I am fussy cutting these myself. Just going around those petals. Having the digicuts makes it a lot faster. So I need to be better prepared. Oh, there's my Shotzi. Right on the nose, 3:30. The mail lady's here. I should make note of that, not to make any videos or editing at 3:30, because inevitably she will bark. Now that's a little, oh no, that's not the flower, that's the sentiment. And I'm going to put spring down at the bottom, and I'm using black archival ink, and I'm going to put happy up in the top left corner. And I didn't quite push down hard enough on that stamp, so I actually went back in and tried to use the black distress marker to fill in where I didn't push down hard enough. But at the end I used my Sharpie. And I'm just using some Distress ink here and putting a little line of flowers. And that's what's so cool about this Distress ink is if you know, don't push down hard enough on your stamp set, you can just go back in with your pen and fill that in. And I'm about to put the flowers on, and I've decided to pop those up. I think they have it so that it pops up and it's got some dimension to it. It'll turn out really cute. I mean, you really can't go wrong with these stamps, I tell you. You can interchange them too. You don't have to use like all of the spring medley on one card, because with the other stamps you look through and they have sentiments and images that all you can use interchangeably. Decided to move that up a tiny bit. And we're going to cut out this one, and that would be it for the flowers. So I've got some extra flowers there for another project. Yeah, I like that position better. Put it right there. And it needed some more leaves, so I went ahead and repositioned that leaf because it was kind of tucked underneath the one little flower. Put that leaf there. So that is the front part of the card. And here I am with a distress pen trying to fix that section that I just didn't push down hard enough on. I typically use a foam, like a mouse pad, when I do my stamping. Alright, so let's get the base of the card out. And I'm going to use score tape. Excuse me. Now the watercolor paper that has got the flowers and the stamps and the gelatos on it is still just a tiny bit wet. So you'll see here that I really struggled getting that score tape off because it's still wet. It's not adhering as well as it should. So I came up with a way to kind of scrape it off. Yeah, I just used my thumb nail and held it down, so it worked much better. I should have put the score tape on before I painted it. Then I wouldn't have been, you know, moving that paper around and getting it all smushed up. So that is my card. That one flower kept falling off. I think the dimensional I put on it was wet. I just kind of fluffed up the petals a little bit there. And I'm going to use a little bit of distress marker and just kind of adding a little different touch to that around the middle of the flower. And in addition, I also put glossy accents on the middle of those two larger flowers. And I also added a butterfly after I finished the whole entire video. So at the end of this video, you'll see a picture of the finished card, and then you can see that I put that little butterfly on there, and it turned out really cute. So yeah, go ahead and try those Card Maker Magazine challenges. It's a lot of fun. Oh, another thing too is I rounded the corners. So there it is. Thanks all for watching.